Good day everyone. Welcome to our video presentation in Science, Technology and Society. We are the Group 5 from BSIT 1F and today we will discuss about biodiversity and healthy society. And now let's start with the meaning of biodiversity.
Hi everyone, I am Ira Maydris Brumbao and I will discuss to you about meaning of biodiversity. The term biodiversity was first coined by Walter G. Rasan in 1986. It comes from the Greek word bios meaning life and the Latin terms diversitas meaning variety. Biological diversity, abbreviated as biodiversity, represent the sum total of various life forms such as unicellular fungi, protozoa, bacteria, and multicellular organisms such as plants, fish, and mammals at various biological levels including genes, habitats, and ecosystem. The biosphere comprises a complex collection of innumerable organisms known as the biodiversity, which constitute the vital life support for survival of human race. This means the biodiversity is the variety of life forms on Earth and the essential interdependence of all living things. As defined in a convention that initiated the study on biological diversity at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992, that was actively attended by 154 countries. Biodiversity is the variability among living organisms from all sources including terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems and the ecological complex of which the area part. These include diversity within species, between species, and of ecosystem. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature IUCN in 1998, biodiversity is the variety and variability of the species of their population, the variety of species of their life forms, the diversity of the complex association with species, with their interaction, and their ecological process which influences performance.
Hi everyone, I'm Lori Anjay Guado and I will discuss the types of biodiversity.
Biodiversity has three types, namely species diversity, ecosystem diversity, and genetic diversity. Species diversity is a measurement of biodiversity in a particular ecological community. It characterizes the species richness of number of species thriving in an ecological community, the abundance or number of individuals per species, and also the distribution of evenness of species. Species diversity is a standard that can be utilized to evaluate the condition of ecosystems. In a healthy ecosystem, a diverse and balanced number of species exist and maintain the equilibrium of the ecosystem. For example, tropical rainforests like the Amazon, which contains millions of different species, from insects and plants to jaguars and frogs, showcasing a vast number of species and individual per species. In contrast, a different habitat such as a salt flat or a populated stream could exhibit low species diversity because it supports only a few specialized or hardy species. Ecosystem diversity. The different types of ecosystems such as terrestrial or aquatic, natural or artificial, are sustained due to their strategic geographic locations on Earth. Temperature regions are home to the deciduous forests where these are adapted to the changing of the four seasons, while the equatorial regions have the tropical rainforests, which are exposed to the wet and dry seasons. Those plants that thrive in the Arctic region differ greatly in their adaptive characteristics as compared with those in the tropics. An example of ecosystem diversity is a single geographic region, such as a forest containing diverse habitats like wetlands, grassland, and different forest types, each supporting unique plant and animal communities. Genetic diversity. During reproduction, the fertilized egg cell involves a series of cell division that produce individuals with a distinct assemblage of genes. No individual members of any population except identical twins, which develop from a single egg, are precisely identical in their genetic makeup. Moreover, the larger a population's genetic diversity, the more likely it is to develop specific characteristics that permit it to adjust to new environmental pressures, such as climate change or disease. In contrast, for those with a low degree, such pressures might drive a population to extinction. Examples like the many different breeds of dogs, like Great Dane and Chihuahua, and varieties of apples, from tart Granny Smith to sweet Fuji, where all are the same species but have different genetic traits.
My name is Toriel Hipol. Our topic for today is the interactions of the three types of biological diversity. The three concentric circles show the interplay of the ecosystem, species, and genetic diversity. The core, genetic diversity, and involves the difference in genetic makeup of the various species that survive in the different ecosystem found in the biosphere. So, kapag nawala ang mga ito, mawala rin ang balanse ng ating kalikasan.
I'm Jamaica Shane Cruz Mamarlo, and today I'm gonna discuss to you the distribution of biodiversity. Biodiversity means the variety of living things in an area, and it is affected by several factors. Number 1, climate. Warm and rainy places like tropical regions have many species, while cold or dry areas like deserts or poles have fewer. Trees also help clean the air by absorbing carbon dioxide. Number 2, altitude. The higher the place like mountains, the fewer living things there are because it's colder and has less oxygen. Lower areas like valleys have more species. Number 3, soil. Rich and healthy soil supports more plants and animals. Worms and bacteria help keep soil fertile, allowing more life to grow. Number 4, presence of other species. Living things depend on each other for food and survival. When a species disappears or new ones appear, it affects their organism in that area. Number 5. Number of species. There are about 1.8 billion known species on Earth, including animals, plants, fungi, bacteria, and viruses. Number 6. Biodiversity in the tropics. Tropical regions near the equator have the most biodiversity because they get plenty of sunlight and rain, helping plants and animals thrive.
Hello everyone, I am Rhea Rosdole and today I'll be discuss about the latest update of biodiversity hotspots. Areas with the richest life on Earth but also the most endangered. Recent studies found new hotspots around the world. Many still unprotected, that's why it's important to know their value and protect them for the future. A biodiversity hotspot is an area that has many unique or endemic species, but has already lost at least 70% of its natural habitat. There are 36 recognized hotspots worldwide, including the Amazon rainforest, Madagascar, and even the Philippines. These hotspots are very important because they give us clean air, fresh water, food, and natural medicines, things we need to survive. In 2025, studies shows that many hotspots are still in danger due to deforestation, climate change, and pollution. Around 44% of species living in hotspots remain at high risk of extinction if we don't take action soon. On the positive side, scientists continue to discover new marine and tropical hotspots, showing that life on Earth is still rich and worth protecting. Here in the Philippines, we are part of the Coral Triangle, known as the Center of Marine Biodiversity. Our country is home to species like the Philippine eagle, tarsier, and thousands of coral and fish species. But threats like illegal logging, mining, and habitat destruction continue to harm our environment. That's why environmental protection and awareness are very important. Biodiversity hotspots may cover only 2.5% of the planet, but they hold more than half of all life on Earth. Protecting them means protecting our future, because saving biodiversity is the same as saving life itself.
Benefits of biodiversity. The different components of biodiversity, genes, species, and ecosystem give society an extensive assortment of goods and services. These are categorized as to consumptive, non-consumptive, and ecological services to the society. Consumptive value. It often refers to non-market worth of resources that are consumed directly with or without passing through a market. These include food, drink, fuel, medicine, properties, and industrial materials. Non-consumptive value. This pertains to the worth of natural resources which are not diminished by their use, that do not require the user to have access to them, or make active use of them. Examples are recreation, education, and research, and traditional values. Ecological services. Ecological functions are the major resources that support our health, social, cultural, and economic needs. The sustainability of communities is determined by our capacity to conserve or restore the ecological services of both urban and rural areas. However, no matter how numerous these benefits are to humanity, these are countless threats to the diversity of genes, species, and ecosystems on Earth. Biodiversity, through the establishment of eco-parks, may serve as natural recreational activities, while in some religious countries, many plants and animals are considered sacred and holy and are worshipped and respected as part of tradition.
Threats to biodiversity. Natural causes. There are threats that occur in nature and are considered inevitable. Natural causes included the following. Number 1. Narrow geographical area. Species that live in a small place are more at risk of disappearing because they have limited space to survive. Number 2. Low population. Fewer individuals means less chance to reproduce, which lowers biodiversity. Number 3. Low breeding rate. Species that reproduce slowly cannot increase their numbers quickly. Number 4. Natural disasters. Events like floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions destroy habitats and reduce species. Anthropogenic, human causes. Number 1. Alteration and destruction of ecosystem. Cutting trees, building dams, and turning forests into farms destroy homes of many animals and plants. Number 2. Hunting and exploitation of animals. Overhunting and trading animals for food, skin, or pets reduce their numbers and can lead to extinction. Number 3. Agricultural practices. Using too many pesticides and converting forests into farms harm wildlife and insects like bees. Number 4. Introduction of exotic species. Bringing non-native species can harm native ones by taking their food and space. Number 5. Climate change. Changes in weather and temperature affect species, home and cause coral bleaching and migration problems.
Give 5 extinct animals and plants latest 2024 to 2025. 5 extinct animals are Jalfa false brook salamander in 2019, a European mink in 2025, splendid poison frog in 2019, Avery sturgeon and bramble-cased melones in 2019. 5 extinct plants are Orbixellum staphylotum, also known as buffalo clover, Sylphian, Sigarillia, Neosita elliptica, also known as St. Helena olive, and Franklininia alitamaha, also known as Franklin tree.
The 5 endangered plants in the Philippines include the crisp plant, orchids, ferns, molive, and tree ferns. The 5 endangered animals species in the Philippines include the Philippine eagle, tamaraw, warty pig, crocodile, and spotted deer.
As we've learned, biodiversity is the variety of all life on Earth, from the smallest bacteria to the largest animals and plants, all keeping nature in balance. It gives us food, medicine, clean air, and a stable climate. Yet, it faces threats like pollution, deforestation, and climate change. That's why protecting biodiversity hotspot is so important. Protecting biodiversity means protecting life and our future.